I know everybody been seeing the man that unalived his wife and unalived himself afterwards. I used to work with the girl Zaria at Hyundai. So rest in peace to both people. This is sad, but personally, I do not feel like that man meant to kill that woman. And the reason why I say that is because she was found unconscious. She wasn't stabbed, she wasn't shot, or none of that. This is a known event. That was the talk of the warehouse, them fighting, they toxic relationship. She thought it was cute. And that's what people do. They think shit like that is cute until it go too far.
What's going on? What's happening? What's going on, people? So y'all new to the channel, man. I appreciate you guys, but I'm not honestly looking for any likes or subscribers on this video. I really wanted to touch this subject because, you know, it's a subject that goes on in every, well, I ain't gonna say every, in every, yeah, it does in every domestic violence, abusive relationship. Now, the Zaria and Marcus Carr, the Frenchmen, and the Miss Lady Dior. So it's been a lot of videos made, a lot of misinformation, a lot of people coming on saying that they knew these two married couple. You know, I'm not gonna disrespect them or nothing like that. Rest in peace to baby girl, and rest in peace. I mean, rest in peace to everybody. I can't say rest in peace to him, man, because you know he took the cowardly out. He did a cowardly act. But, you know, I'm not on here to bash this individual, but, you know, we are giving our opinions as, and I say me because, you know, I'm an independent journalist. And we all know that CNN, Fox News, and all these big MSNBC lie. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. So you know a lot of these YouTubers help and try to make content to get their videos seen and get people believing on what they saying and thinking it's the truth, which is not. A lot of these people just make videos for money. These people have no care and aware about what happened to that young lady. Not at all. They're trying to get their YouTube channel started, and they're out here putting out misinformation and basically trying to get people to agree with their opinion. Now, it's their opinion, but is it the truth? If anybody knows, journalism does have a little bit of truth and a lot of lies in it. And so I'm not here to bash them because I do YouTube videos, but I always try to stick to the facts though, because, you know, nobody wants to tune into you and you're on here just basically making up your own story. So there was a lady sitting in the car. She said she worked with this lady, and she's saying that, you know, it was okay for him to do what he did because she was instigating and she was all in his ear yelling and, you know, no ma'am, no ma'am. As an adult, we're taught as a young age that if you're in a problem or a situation, walk away. Walk away. That should carry over into your relationship. Don't sit there and I mean, I'm talking about both of them. I'm not just gonna say her. I mean, both of them. I mean, he got on live, and you know, she was in the background. But at that point, you know, when she felt possibly that her life could be in jeopardy, it was time for her to put them shoes on like she did. But she didn't put them on for the right reason. She should have walked outside, got in that car, and if y'all decided to stay together, go chill off. And yes, at one point I was in the military, and at one point I was law enforcement. So, yeah, de-escalation. That situation can be de-escalated. And I'm going to tell you why, because, and again, this is all third-party information, is that she went and dropped her daughter off, or their son off, excuse me, her son off, and came back to the house. Now, I don't know if he was supposed to be in the house. I don't know if they said that, look, man, you can't come back, or the police told him he couldn't come back, or somebody, but it didn't seem like while he was walking around at home and he was cooking dinner that he was supposed to be there. And, you know, as a man, and I'm speaking to the man, ladies, I'm gonna get back to y'all. I'm speaking to the man. We have to learn how to tell ourselves that a woman can't do physical harm to us that way. Now, if they got a gun or a weapon, knife or something, and they try to catch you or sneak you, then that's understandable. But, you know, when When a woman is basically baiting you in and telling you what you ain't and all that extra stuff, we have to tell ourselves that, look, man, it ain't worth it. Walk away, take a breather, get it out our heads that these women ain't a threat to us like that. But in his story, though, because I don't know this individual, but after watching some of his lives, it just, and I hate to say it, and I might catch some flack, it's giving me kind of female tendencies, man. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that, look, I haven't went because I was on the app, and me and my ex kind of had it out on the app, but I had to tell myself, like, dude, what did I accomplish by doing that? It made me look stupid, and it made her look stupid. All we doing is entertaining people, giving our business out, because a lot of people didn't like the situation. It just gave them ammo to be like, I told you so. So I had to tell myself that, because I'm not really a social media person. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for a minute, but I started off like motor vlogging, riding motorcycles and stuff. Then I went to the true crime community, and I just do all types of content now. But you have to tell yourself that, and men, I'm talking to the man still, that it's not worth it. You sitting in jail for domestic violence, you get domestic violence conviction, that takes away, and I'm sorry, y'all, I'm outside, I'm sorry. But a domestic violence conviction, you can't own a firearm, there's certain stuff you can't do. Some of the jobs won't accept you if you got a domestic violence on your record. But we have to because a lot of these dudes don't have that mental fortitude, and they're weak. And a woman will sit there and instigate and poke and poke and poke until she knows that you at that limit where you about to explode. But you got to tell yourself it should never get there. Once she poked the first time, okay, I'll be back. If y'all plan on staying together, I'll be back. You can argue and talk smack to whoever you want. I'm just gonna go ahead and ride out for a second. Go sit at the park. Go breathe. Because thinking emotional, a 2-second decision can cost you in your entire life. You can be in jail reliving that 2-minute decision, like, man, why did I just didn't walk away? Why didn't I just take a break? Man, damn, now I'm in here for life. Prison. Yeah, goes down like that. So women, let's get to the women now. Women, don't ever let a man put his hands on you. That's a red flag. The first time this man called you out your name, or B, or S, or H, or W, because leave that person. That's not going to stop. It doesn't get better. It don't get better. These are already indication that this person, this man, has had issues, I'm pretty sure, prior with his other relationships with domestic violence. Don't allow yourself to be put in a situation where you're scared and afraid to live in your own home. That man, she said that man had her in the bedroom for 3 hours beating her. So, but the backstory is, and it's 2 different backstories, y'all. It's 2. Because I guess her cousin came on there, or not her cousin. Well, I don't know. A lot of these people are claiming to be close to the victims, or the victim, because she's the victim, not the dude, but that they know, both of them. Just because you call them by their first name don't mean y'all know each other. Now, I don't know if the family spoke out yet. I don't know. Again, I did a video on this before, and it wasn't me talking. It was just me showing the lives like everybody else is putting out, and I'm still putting out. So, it's a live that's on, what y'all watching. Y'all just hearing me speak. But y'all don't need that. If y'all got kids, what do you think your kids gonna grow up and think it's okay to see that y'all allowing these men to put their hands on you? Especially, and I don't want to just put black women in there, but black women, y'all got to learn that it's a lot more out here in this goddamn world. that would treat you right, that would do right by you. I know it's hard. Believe me, I know you. I don't know, but you bump them at Target, Walmart, Subway. I don't know what you can find somebody that's gonna take care of you, not financially, but someone's gonna take care of you spiritually, emotionally, and show you the right path, and y'all grow together. But from what I seen on that live, man, and now I'm going back to the couple, that it was just a counterpay. And if y'all know what a counterpay is, it's something that's good. I might have said it wrong, y'all, but it's something that's good ready to blow. That live was it was intense. It was intense. For me to sit there and watch it, and I watched it a couple times, but I can just see the agitation in his voice. Him walking around, that's a telltale sign of him walking around and, I don't want to say justifying, but telling I believe both their stories. It might not have happened the way they telling it, but I believe it happened like that, and I believe they're giving their own opinion on what they were feeling and what they were thinking on how that situation happened. It's not saying that anybody was lying, because it's always three parts of the story, right? It's yours, theirs, and the truth. So you're going to have a little, deception. You're going to add on a little bit of extra. But yeah, I believe in both. So her following that man around the house, that was already, kind of red flag and strike number one. She's in the background yelling. And if you kind of look at the end of it, and I know I'm kind of jumping a little ahead, y'all, but if you kind of look at the end of it, he kept asking for his phone back. I mean, I'm pretty sure she would have just gave the man back his phone. That live would have just been comedy for people who enjoy to see other people's miseries. He asked for it 3 times. But the homegirl, I'm military. She said she was in the military. I don't know what happened to her. Thank her for her service. I couldn't hear clearly what he was saying about a DUI or something like that. And, old girl was like, she gets paid for the rest of her life. So, I'm just thinking maybe she got hit by somebody who had a DUI, who was drunk. And now she's collecting, benefits. Because I get benefits too, VA benefits. So that's all I know. But she's on the phone. Now, that's sad. Y'all women, if y'all have homegirls like that, y'all need to block, delete, tell them we cool, I'm moving forward, to go find me somebody else that's going to actually speak something in my mind to calm me down. All that lady was doing was just agitating, egging it up, calling him a B, calling him an H, agreeing with everything she was saying. Sad. She should feel kind of guilty because she played along. I'm not saying that she was involved in all their issues, but that one issue, I think she should have some guilt. Because, again, we don't know. The family probably knows what's going on or what happened previously. But us as spectators, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in their home, in their household. So I'm just going off what I see. And that's all we can do. I'm not going to put out there anything that didn't happen off that live. Because I don't know. Him saying that she gave, they both gave each other STD. Well, okay, the final conclusion is that y'all had a STD. Okay. Whoever gave it to who, y'all got it. Y'all, like y'all both said, y'all both was messing around, and those are the consequences when you are having unprotected sex. So, cool. Him kind of like deflecting his roles in some of these alleged crimes that he's possibly involved in, and we'll touch with the homeboy, because the homeboy, a lot of people say Adi or Obi, I think that's what it is, Obi. His cousin came online and clarified some things, and but I didn't like that either, because if she was talking so tough, and y'all had probably a speculation of who possibly did it, and I respect her, but y'all should have handled that a long time ago. It's too late to get on here after the man on the lie himself and then to come on and start talking like that. That rest in piss shit, all that, man, I understand that. But we ain't God. We don't judge. We can send somebody to whoever they believe in, but that's not our business to sit there and tell somebody to rest in anything. But her going on there saying my families are gangsters and we moving silent and all that, well, that's respectfully, everybody got somebody like that in their family. That's cool. But don't get on here and start tarnishing the dude, And after looking at the dude, I thought he was I thought it was a woman at first, man. I thought it was like, one of those relationships, man. But, clarifying it wasn't. But, yeah, he ain't, bashing him now. And you having the speculation that it possibly was him. Yeah, did you ask him? They said that he went to the funeral. So, yeah, man. That's another thing. Watch who you hang around with, fellas. Because it's not, these dudes out here, snakes and slimes and all types of shit. Clean your circle out. Even family will slime you out, so be careful. I tend to stay to myself. Because I only do shit and I know that I ain't finna tell him myself that I can't get in trouble for, because I'll be the only goddamn witness. So, rest in peace to her cousin. I heard that she was, this is third party. Again, third party, I gotta make sure I put this out. Nobody told me. It's what she said out of her mouth, that her cousin was a money maker. That anytime Mark needed some money, he always put him on. And that's some slime. If that's true, that's some slime and shit. That you will rob, set up, unalive your own homeboy for money. For money. Money is the root of all evil, and it's internet too. But her grabbing her having the phone and her basically saying, and I think it's two different situations. If you kind of go towards the end of the live, she's saying that he was trying to set up somebody, or he was trying to have her set up somebody, and then he's in the background like, yeah, he was an F-boy and I was gonna rob him. So I don't put it past anything that dude probably did, allegedly. And this is just my own opinion. It's not facts. That, anybody that talks like that, anybody that has robbed anybody, don't say anything. There some states do have statutes of limitation on robberies, but unaliving somebody, ain't no statute of limitation on that. So I think he kind of knew if she would expose that yeah, man, that's a life sentence, because that unaliving is probably not solved. But respect to the cousin, very beautiful lady too, man. I just think, sometimes you got to hold your emotions, and don't let nobody see you cracking or anything like that. Just hold your emotions in, just say what you have to say. The person that possibly we think that unalived our cousin is no longer here, to his family, resting. You even got to say that, just to his family, my condolences, and kept it like that. But her, this lady, the wife, Miss Dior, trying to get the reaction that she got. You would think that she'll know that if this man is basically held you hostage for 3 hours in the house and had, you had to run outside with no clothes on to the police station, which is crazy, because I don't know what police station or where exactly the area they live in where you can't hear nobody arguing. Now they're saying it's down the street, possibly. I don't know, because I didn't do a Google map of the area. Again, I'm just giving you guys my opinion. I'm not trying to dig deep, dive in, and try to figure out and analyze their lives, because we all got issues. We all got issues. There's so many cases like this on YouTube, and it's sad. But I'm gonna do a part one. This is part one. I just wanted to give y'all a little gist of what I thought, and because the live is still out there, it's still showing it. You got people still popping up. It's crazy, man. If you're gonna sit here and cover a story, And I'm not saying you have to have all the facts because you're a journalist. So sometimes you might have to ad lib and put your own opinion and what you think in there, but you got to let people know that's what you're doing. You know, this is what I think. This is how I feel. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys. I mean, hey, part 2 will be coming out. Be easy, be careful. I love y'all, man. And, yeah, man, I am out. Yep.